Social media, we love it, we live on it. We post, we snap, and we scroll like pros. But let's be real, it's not all vibes. Sometimes it gets messy, like real messy. I'm Joachim Nancy for this year's Tobago Day Youth Debate on Thursday, December 4th, 10 a.m. in the Assembly Chamber. Should the Executive Council create a full social media unit to keep us safe online, fight social crime, and boost digital responsibility? How does social media shape our lives? The good, the bad, and the kinda chaotic? Find out by pulling up, locking in, or tuning into our Facebook or YouTube pages, because this debate is gonna be fire. Thursday, December 4th, 10 a.m. Assembly Chamber. P.S. Don't ghost us, just pull up.
Let us now pray. Almighty God, as we have come together to begin our meeting of the Assembly, we humbly beseech you to grant to all our members the light and guidance of your Holy Spirit, that we may wisely take counsel together and come to such decisions as shall promote your glory and the well-being of all our citizens in this our land, so that peace and happiness, truth and justice may be enjoyed by all people. Grant this for the sake of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. Members, please be seated. Oath of allegiance of a new member. Announcements by the presiding officer. Assembly bills sent back from cabinet. Assembly laws brought back from parliament. Petitions, papers, presentations of report from Dispute Resolution Commission, select committees, questions to secretaries, request for leave to move the adjournment of the Assembly on definite matters of urgent public importance, statements by secretaries or assistant secretaries, Secretary for the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, Councillor Kalia Simmons.
Good morning, Mr. Presiding Officer, members of this Assembly, and viewers in the gallery and online. Mr. Presiding Officer, today we are celebrating 10 years of Tobago Day. This day is important because it shows Tobago's growth and highlights events such as the Tobago Day Youth Debate, which is now a regular part of this celebration. And I believe every member of this House sees the value of this program. Tobago Day is held every year on the 4th of December. It celebrates the re-establishment of the modern Tobago House of Assembly in 1980. The idea for Tobago Day was started in October 2015 by, I'm so sorry. The idea for Tobago Day was started in October 2015 when the Assembly agreed to a motion brought by Assemblyman Cordia Green Duke to change the name Assembly Day to Tobago Day. The goal was to make the celebration bigger and more meaningful by honoring Tobago's culture, identity, and accomplishments. With this change, Tobago Day grew to include new civic activities, especially the Tobago Day Youth Debate, which was started in 2013 and expanded in 2015. This debate allows secondary school students to sit in the Assembly chamber and debate about national and regional issues in a proper parliamentary way. These young participants didn't just show that they have good speaking skills, but they showed that they understand the issues that affects Tobago's social and economic development. Some of these young debaters even got the chance to travel abroad and see how other governments work. These places that they visited included England, Wales, Scotland, Yellowknife, Ottawa, and Toronto. The youth debate has made a major positive impact. It teaches young people how Parliament works, how to be responsible democratic citizens, and how to think about important issues such as the economy, mental health, and digital citizenship. It even helps develop future leaders. Some former participants of this program even got the chance. Go on, Cecilia's, I'm sorry. Some former participants that participated in this program go on to support Tobago, represent Tobago in national youth parliaments and leadership programs. By allowing young people to present their ideas in the Assembly chamber, it connects future leaders to current policymakers, creating a space where the youth's ideas are heard and considered. Today, Mr. Presiding Officer, the Tobago Day Youth Debate has become one of the best results that have come out of Tobago Day. It shows our dedication to supporting smart, confident, and engaged young citizens, and it proves that Tobago's future is in good hands. Thank you.
Personal explanations, introductions of bills, motion relating to the business or sitting of the Assembly are moved by a secretary or assistant secretary. Public business, motion.
Honorable Chief Secretary, you may now stand to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, for allowing me to contribute to this debate. Mr. Honorable Presiding Officer, audience, onlookers, members of this Youth Assembly, viewers online, good day. I seek leave at Standing Order 42-6 to read extracts from my presentation.
Leave is granted. Please continue.
Let me be real from early. Social media running our whole generation. We waking up with it, going to school with it, going to sleep with it, but nobody actually protecting us in the digital space. It's like sending a child to swim and telling them figure it out. Nah, man. I stand in full support of this motion because it's affecting real people, real youths right here in Tobago. Social media nice, yes. Laugh, TikToks, bust a little vibe, but it have a dark side we're dealing with every day. Cyberbullying, fake pages, scams, harassment, misinformation, all kind of drama. And who getting hit the hardest? We, the young people. Right now, Tobago have no proper system to handle online issues. Everything's scattered. Schools stressing, parents confused, and police only getting involved when it reaches crisis points. A social media unit will change all of that. This unit will give us people trained to handle online threats, real education on cyber safety, faster ways to report issues, support for youths who are dealing with online bullying, guidance for state companies when communicating with the public. THA protecting us in schools, in communities, on the roads, so why the online world, where we're spending most of our time, have zero structure? Plus, this motion, not just about danger, it's about opportunities. Tobago youth's talented bad. We posting culture, business, fashion, and creativity, but without guidance, a lot of that potential just wasting. With this unit, the THA could help young creators build safely, promote our culture responsibly, teach digital careers, empower young entrepreneurs. It's time we stop seeing social media as chaos and start using it as a tool. We need structure, we need guidance, we need protection. For these reasons, I proudly support this motion. Tobago deserves safer online spaces and real digital empowerment for its youth. And whereas these social media crimes are negative influencing undermine family life, community stability, and youth development, and whereas the Tobago as House of Assembly has a duty to safeguard young people, promote digital responsibilities, and strengthen community resilience. Be it resolved that this Assembly establish a social media unit in all division and state-owned companies. Be it further resolved that the Assembly develop policies and programs to promote online safety, reduce social crime, and harness social media for cultural development and youth empowerment. Mr. Presiding Officer, I beg to move this motion standing in my name. I thank you.
Honorable members, the question proposed. Whereas social media shapes youth communication, culture, and interaction, offering opportunities, but also risks such as cyberbullying, fraud, and other social crimes. And whereas these social crimes and negative influences undermine family life, community stability, and youth development. And whereas the Tobago House of Assembly has a duty to safeguard the young people, promote digital responsibility, and strengthen community resilience. Be it resolved that this Assembly establishes a social media unit in all divisions and state-owned companies. Be it further resolved that the Assembly develop policies and programs to promote online safety, reduce social crime, and harness social media for cultural development and youth empowerment. Minority Leader, Member for Dallas Spring Wim, you may now join the debate.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. A good morning is extended to you, my fellow colleagues on the minority and majority benches, and to all members of the public, those present and viewing online. Before I begin, allow me to wish everyone a happy Tobago Day as we assemble to celebrate the strength of our great island and discuss ways to propel us forward. Mr. Presiding Officer, today we discuss an issue that is very real and very serious. According to the Global Cybersecurity Outlook Insight Report 2025, there has been recorded increases in cyberbullying, digital exploitation, and other cybercrimes. Therefore, it is our responsibility as an assembly to respond with solutions that are practical, effective, and financially responsible. As the minority leader, I speak on behalf of the entire minority bench when I say We, the minority, do not support this motion. Tobago already has systems in place to treat with the risk that persons face in the digital realm. Mr. Presiding Officer, on Tobago Day of all days, the majority should have brought forward a motion that uplifts Tobago. What we have instead is a motion with no financial structure and no clear implementation plan. The motion proposes that a social media unit be established in all divisions and state-owned companies. But my question is this: is that really necessary? Or is it just another blind venture to lull Tobagonians into thinking that our problems are being solved? Now, the majority speaks of a lack of protections for persons online, but they are clearly misinformed. Had they done their research, they would know that Tobago already has the TTPS Cybercrime Unit, which is the body of police tasked with investigating online offenses. We have TATT. This body regulates digital behavior and telecommunication breaches. We have the Child Protection Unit, and this body deals directly with exploitation and digital harm of minors. We have guidance counselors in schools who are specially trained to handle cyberbullying cases, and we have minority and division ICT departments which provide digital oversight. There is no shortage of acts either that aim to safeguard citizens online, and some of these acts include the Data Protection Act, the Children's Act, the Computer Misuse Act, the Copyright Act, and our libel and defamation laws. On that note, establishing new social media units in each division is simply a waste of our already limited resources. We are not short of anything in Tobago, and we do not need to start from scratch. Instead of creating new units, the THA can focus on strengthening the programs that we already have. In the recent budget, the THA was allocated $2.96 billion, which may seem to you all like a large number. However, when we take into account the expenditure the THA has to incur in other areas of the economy, that figure becomes much smaller. Social media safety is not the only problem Tobagonians face that requires urgent attention. While the minority acknowledges the problem, throwing money blindly at it is not the solution. Mr. Presiding Officer, the majority continues to boast that they are building the greatest little island on the planet. But if they were truly serious about that, they would ensure that Tobago's precious resources were being used efficiently and effectively. As I conclude, Mr. Presiding Officer, I reiterate that the minority does not support this motion, not because the issues it seeks to address are invalid, but because the proposed solutions are not economically sound. I thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Member for Lambo Lowlands, you may now join the debate.
Good morning, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts on this important matter. I would first like to extend gratitude to my colleagues, the minority, and those in the gallery. I am Assemblyman Zanaya McCain, member for the Lambo Lowlands District. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave at Standing Order 42.6 to read extracts from my presentation.
Leave is granted. Member, please continue.
Mr. Presiding Officer, social media. At the mention of this term, various thoughts, platforms, or maybe even the last time you applied it to your day may engulf your mind. Social media is seen all around us. Think about the last time you used online banking or your most recent call you shared with your friends and family. So can you recall the last time you made an online search? Track back to when you and your friends promoted a business. Consider the times you simply checked the news. Consider all these everyday applications. Now tell me, what would we do without social media? It embeds itself more and more into the everyday livelihoods of people. Let us not forget about how embracing this asset will aid our country tremendously in future-proofing. Think about it. The world as we know it is constantly evolving. We would only grow as it pertains to social media and technology. Do we really want people abroad to think, oh, them small island citizens don't know anything about technology? Or do we want to advance at the rate of the global trends? We, as the government, intend to hone into the advancing of today's new normal. At the same time, Mr. Presiding Officer, we must acknowledge the other side of this reality. With all the benefits, social media also exposes our youth to real dangers. Cyberbullying, harassment, identity theft, exploitation, impersonation, and targeted online intimidation. They affect the confidence, the safety, and mental well-being of the young people we are attempting to protect. Now let's talk privacy. Do you believe that your personal information is safe online? Well, recently Meta announced that starting on December 16th, your information will be fed to AI for profit. Every message, photograph, video, voice note sent on Instagram, Facebook, and Gmail read, just so that artificial intelligence can be human trained. I say that we put a stop to this nonsense. Let us regain our independence. This being that the Assembly has invented various new policies that govern the residents of Trinidad and Tobago. Some may argue about cyberbullying and those affected, but bear in mind that the Data Protection Act, which was put in place in 2011, was put into effect to safeguard the children you argue about. Not just this, but there is the Children's Act that exists for the protection of minors against exploitation and other crimes. We seek to further compound these laws for the evolving of the world. The youth majority is not just asking for the new restrictions or policies that limit freedom. We are asking that effective enforcement be put in place that is consistent, timely, and fair. When our laws are executed properly, minors are protected, personal data is safer, harmful behavior has consequences, and young people feel secure enough to participate positively online. Protecting our digital space is not optional, it is essential. I thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Member for Bagatelle Bacolet, you may now join the debate.
Mr. Presiding Officer, honorable members of the House, members of the media, and all those viewing online, good morning. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave at Standing Order 42-6 to read extracts from my presentation.
Leave is granted.
Today, I stand not just to oppose an idea, but to defend the future of Tobago's youth, their empowerment, their culture, and their community. Mr. Presiding Officer, this motion promises protection, but it delivers illusion. Should we waste resources on units in every division when you need real support offline? Can local offices truly control global platforms like Telegram or TikTok? And are we empowering our young people or simply chaining them to more screens? Let us reject this motion and instead invest in mentorship, community, and culture that lasts beyond a viral trend. Tobago's youth deserve more than digital promises. They deserve real empowerment. Installing social media units in every division is excessive. Should we spend thousands on desks in divisions like licensing or agriculture when youth lack counseling and safe places? Every dollar spent here could instead fund scholarships, leadership camps, or cultural workshops. Research shows that direct investment in mentorship and mental health programs builds resilience far more effectively than technology offices. Which truly empowers our young people? A desk in an office or a safe space in their community? Youth use global apps like Telegram, Discord, TikTok beyond Tobago's reach. Can a local office stop a scammer in Singapore or a bully in New York? Cyberbullying, scams, and misinformation thrive on these platforms. Even Europe's strongest regulations struggle to control them. Should we pretend that a unit in Scarborough can police platforms run by multinational corporations? Mr. Presiding Officer, local offices cannot control global platforms, and this motion risks giving us false confidence while youth remain exposed. By embedding social media deeper into public life, this motion normalizes constant online engagement. Are we empowering youth or training them? Research from UE in 2021, right here in Trinidad and Tobago, showed that our young people turn to smartphone almost 24/7 during lockdowns. Dr. Christine Descartes called it a second pandemic, not of the virus, but of mental health. More screens don't mean more empowerment, they mean more anxiety, poor sleep, and weaker performance in school. Empowerment means breaking those chains, not tightening them. Should our future leaders be trained to chase trends or to build traditions? I investigated the topic, social media and its effects on students from my school-based assessment. In my study, students reported being isolated, stuck at home and glued to devices, some spending 13 to 14 hours in bed scrolling. Imagine being so glued to your phone that your grandmother calls you for help and you reply, TTYL, talk to you later. How irresponsible and cruel is that? Mr. Presiding Officer, while we debate this motion about social media, the developed world is curtailing the use of social media. As recently as December the 2nd, 2025, BBC reported that Australia is enacting laws to ban social media use for a person under the age of 16. This is due to its negative effects. Can you imagine a world where followers replace leaders and true friends? Or where connect to disconnect? Or where the Wi-Fi signal is stronger than the focus on real issues like the military radar recently installed at the ANR International Airport? Or public servants' back pay? I, the member for Bagatelle Bacalet, again declared firmly that this motion be rejected. Mr. Presiding Officer, fellow members, this motion claims to protect youth but risk exposing them to more harm. Should we confuse visibility with safety or technology with empowerment? Let us reject this motion and invest in mentorship, community, and culture that lasts beyond a viral trend. Tobago's youth deserve more than digital promises. They deserve real empowerment.
Member, your time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I beg to move that an additional 2 minutes be granted to the member to complete their presentation.
Honorable members, the question put is that an additional 2 minutes of speaking time be given to the member to complete her presentation. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against say no? The ayes have it. Member, you may now continue. You have 2 minutes of additional speaking time.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I had finished my speech. Thank you.
Member, please be reminded that when I'm on my feet, you need to be seated. Thank you. Member for Mason or Moriah, you may now join the debate.
Good morning, Mr. Presiding Officer, Honorable Assemblymen, and esteemed visitors, both online and in the gallery. I want to extend a heartfelt Happy Tobago Day. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave at Standing Order 42-6 to read extracts of my presentation.
Leave is granted.
This profound opportunity to contribute to this debate. Mr. Presiding Officer, we both, the majority and the minority, can agree that social media plays a central role in the lives of young people, shaping their communication, behavior, culture, and interaction. While it offers opportunity for learning and connection, it has also created serious risks, including cyberbullying, online scams, misinformation, identity theft, sexual exploitation, yes, sexual exploitation, and harassment. These online harms do not just remain on screens. They affect mental health, contribute to depression and anxiety, disrupt school attendance, weaken family life, and destabilize communities when false information spreads rapidly. Mr. Presiding Officer, the rise in social crime makes it necessary for the government to take action that is structured and preventative. The Tobago House of Assembly has a duty to safeguard young people and strengthen community resilience. By setting up social media units in every division and state-owned companies, we are making sure this responsibility isn't just talk. It becomes action, structure, and support. Every division serves a different part of the population, so this plan reaches everyone where they are. This is why the majority is supporting this motion. Social media units in every division and state-owned companies. Imagine this, Mr. Presiding Officer. Every division taking responsibility for the people they serve. Education handling students, social development helping families, tourism locking down online fraud involving visitors, health stepping in with mental support for digital trauma. This is what you call a targeted, smart approach. Not no scattershot, not no wiggersy, but tailored solutions. With social media units in place, we will have clear reporting, fast responses to incidents of cyberbullying, fraud, and online exploitation, proper documentation escalated to national cybercrime and child protection agencies when necessary. No more check this office, try that number, call this person. One structured system. Beyond safety, social media creates space for cultural growth and youth empowerment. Positive content lets Tobago's young creators showcase local culture, build skills, and support small businesses and creative industries. Wait, but let me touch this cost argument too, because yes, people will talk, but hear me. Prevention is always cheaper than damage control. It is cheaper to educate now than to fix broken lives later. is cheaper to lock down scams than to chase back money after it's gone. All countries are already stepping forward with digital safety programs. Tobago cannot and must not get left behind. All youths deserve protection in this digital age. All communities deserve structure. And this house...
I'm on my feet. Your time has expired.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I beg to move that 2 minutes of additional speaking time to be granted to this member to finish her presentation.
Honorable members, the question put is that an additional 2 minutes of speaking time be given to the member to complete her presentation. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against say no? No. The ayes have it. Member, you may now continue. You have 2 minutes of additional speaking time.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Tobago cannot and must not get left behind. All youths deserve protection in this digital age. All communities deserve structure, and this house has a responsibility to make that happen today. For these reasons, the house should fully support this motion. I thank you.
Minority Councillor Whiteman, you may now join the debate.
Mr. Presiding Officer, viewers online, members in the House, good morning and happy Tobago Day. I seek leave as Standing Order 42.6 to read extracts of my presentation.
Leave is granted. Please continue.
Yes, social media abuse, cyberbullying, and fraud are real issues in Trinidad and Tobago. But this proposal is expensive, administrative, and ineffective, while smarter solutions exist. Why I oppose this motion? First, let's talk about cost and duplication. Creating units in every division means multiple teams, salaries, offices, and budgets instead of streamlining communication. This multiplies red tape. Global best practices recommend centralized strategies to reduce costs as stated by CARICOM Digital Strategy. Secondly, risk of political misuse. Giving every division its own social media unit opens the door to political messaging disguised as youth protection and censorship under the guise of safety according to CARICOM policy. Thirdly, over-regulation hurts creativity. Young people, content creators, and entrepreneurs depend on social media for income and expression. For example, Kina Macmillan and Jenny Campbell, our very own. Heavy-handed government presence will make them feel monitored and restricted. Mr. Presiding Officer, better alternative exists. Instead of dozens of units, create one central digital safety and innovation office to run island-wide training, coordinate digital literacy programs, partner with schools, NGOs, and police cybercrime units. Cyberbullying and fraud are solved through community mentorship, school counseling, and mental health support, not paperwork. As I close, Mr. Presiding Officer, honorable members, let us invest in digital literacy workshops, community programs, and regional partnerships, not expensive procedures. Let us choose efficiency. Let us choose responsibility. Let us choose solutions that truly uplift Tobago's youth. I respectfully oppose this motion. Thank you.
Member for Scarborough Mongrace, you may now join the debate.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Good day to the Honorable Mr. Presiding Officer. Good day to the minority, all my colleagues, and a special good morning to all onlookers that are here to visit Tobago's 13th Annual Tobago Day. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave at Standing Order 42.6 to read extracts from my presentation.
Leave is granted.
I am Kalani Thomas, Area Rep for Scarborough Mongrace, and we, the majority, are here to instill policies to make social media a place where businesses thrive. But let me be real. All you find social media running them youth's life nowadays is like every corner you take, everybody on their phone. But social media has its benefits. I show almost everybody inside there is order clothes from Shein and Temu. And let me make something clear. Tobago businesses does rely on social media bad. Matter of fact, the only reason small businesses out here in Tobago surviving is because of the social media. The days when you had to walk around and pitch marble with your friends are no longer here. The days when you had to wait in Scarborough and hand out flyers promoting your businesses are no longer here. Nobody going and stand up in Scarborough when you could conveniently upload a 1 and 2 TikTok and then boom, one set of customers rolling in. Take for instance Cine Sweets. Its owner Kelisha just posts up on TikTok she having a pop-up sale. And then one set of people roll out to support she. That is the power of online reach. According to data reporter Global Digital Insights, businesses that use Facebook to promote their business in Trinidad and Tobago had a 53.9% customer reach. Imagine, nearly half of the customers seeing your product just from one free post. That is not small thing. But this is why we are in full support of this motion. If social media plays a vital role in businesses, we can't afford to let cybercrimes and online fraud mash our people up. We need to protect the platform by implementing more stricter measures, and in the future, businesses will blossom. If we put the proper rules and safeguards in place, more Tobago businesses could expand, attracting more tourism and building the economy safe and steady. This brings me back to my point. Social media helps everyone in this day. We need to control it so it do not turn from opportunity to pure chaos. It is no lie that danger lurks between every corner of social media, which by implementing social media units in each division, Mr. Presiding Officer, they can help by posting free content for businesses. And you may ask, how does this help? Implementing social media helps businesses by increasing their visibility, attracting more customers, and promoting their products at little to no cost. It allows direct communication with customers, helps build trust, and makes it easier for businesses to advertise, respond to feedback, and grow their brand. In Tobago, even a small business can reach a wider audience and compete on a bigger level just by using platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So yes, Mr. Presiding Officer, social media helps every one of us in Tobago. But Mr. Presiding Officer, this is exactly why we are in full support of this motion. I thank you.
Councillor Stewart, you may now join the debate.
Good morning, Mr. Presiding Officer, members of the House, those viewing in the gallery and online. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave at Standing Order 42.6 to read extractions of my presentation.
Leave is granted. You may continue.
Thank you. I rise today in full support of this motion. Let me start by saying that social media is one of the most powerful forces shaping our youth in this day and age. It connects Tobago to the world, promotes our culture, and creates opportunities for entrepreneurs. but it also brings serious risk: cyberbullying, scams, harmful content, and misinformation. In Trinidad and Tobago, cybercrime reports have surged in recent years, and young people are often the easiest targets. This motion is not about censorship. It's about protection, empowerment, and education. Firstly, by promoting online safety, dedicated units can set clear guidelines for digital behavior and run workshops in schools and communities, teaching our youths how to avoid scams and cyberbullying. Secondly, reducing social crime by monitoring harmful trends, dangerous challenges, fake accounts, misinformation allows early intervention before online issues spill into real-world conflicts. Thirdly, empowering Tobago's youth. These units can teach content creation skills, help youth build digital portfolios, and share scholarships, jobs, and training programs through official channels. Lastly, strengthening Tobago's cultural identity. Imagine coordinated campaigns showcasing our drumming, storytelling, and festivals. Social media can preserve traditions and attract tourism. Instead of fearing it, let us master it. Honorable members, a single viral video can damage reputations or even fuel tensions. Without structure, misinformation spreads unchecked. This motion creates accountability and resilience, positioning all Little Island Tobago as a leader in responsible digital engagement. Therefore, I proudly support this motion. Let us empower, protect, and uplift Tobago's youth. Let us lead Tobago in building a safer, smarter digital future on social media. I thank you.
Member for Buku Mount Pleasant, you may now join the debate.
Good morning, Mr. Presiding Officer. I thank you for allowing me to contribute to this meaningful debate. I seek leave at Standing Order 42.6 to read extracts from my speech.
Leave is granted. Please continue.
Today, I stand here just with facts, but with a story that lives in my home, a story that reshapes how I see online abuse. A story about my twin sister who shares my heartbeat.
Member, I'm on my feet. Members in the public gallery, please be reminded to keep your phone on silent. Thank you. Member, you may now continue.
My twin sister who shares my heartbeat, my childhood, and my life. My twin went through one of the darkest chapters of any young person face. Relentless cyberbullying every day, messages attacking her, posts targeting her, private information every day, messages attacking her, posts targeting her. I watched the strongest person I know fall apart. Her smile faded, her confidence cracked, her mental health spiraled, and for a long time she felt powerless because people keep telling her it's just online bullying. It's not that serious, it's just words. But it was serious. It broke her. And it broke me to watch it. Yet in all darkness, something gave her hope. Or exciting laws. Because when the bullying because when the bullies escalated into misuse of her private information, she finally had protection. The Computer Misuse Act, a law, has been here for years, became the shield she desperately needed. It treated what happened to her as real crime, not teenage drama, not, not online nonsense, not online nonsense, but an enforce that carries consequences. And because of that act, she got justice. Her mental health became to heal because she finally felt seen and protected. But my sister's story is not just the only reason I stand here. All across Trinidad and Tobago, children, teens, and adults face other forms of online harm, sexual grooming, online exploitations, threats involving intimate images, and for them, other exciting laws already provide protection. The Children Act protects minors from online grooming, recognizing the predators now hide behind profiles instead of dark alleys. And the Sexual Offences Act its attemptment protects victims from some of the most devastating online attacks. Voyeurism, revenge porn, upskirting, and threats to release intimate images. These laws remind us that a person's body, dignity, and private remains scarred even on a screen. So let me make this absolutely clear with the majority, who seems to be confused about what we are saying. The problem is not that we lack legislation. The problem is we do not enforce, empower, or strengthen the laws we already have. We don't need to tear everything down and start over. We don't need to replace every law with something new. We don't need dramatic overhauls that complicate the system. At the end of the day, Mr. Presiding Officer, the minority side does not support this motion because it does not protect everybody, and it does not make sense to put people at risk. We need fairness, balance, and sense to just hype, not just to hype people. I thank you.
Member for Belgrade and Glamorgan, you may now join the debate. Good morning, Honorable Presiding Officer, members of the opposite, my colleagues, viewers in the gallery, and those online. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave as standing order 426 to read extracts from my presentation. Leave is granted. Please continue. Mr. Presiding Officer, a social media unit in all divisions would improve public communication and transparency, ensuring all TH divisions communicate clearly with the general public. In real time, this builds public trust, reduces misinformation, and allows citizens to easily understand policies, programs, and decision-making in Tobago. In addition to that, Mr. Presiding Officer, a social media unit would increase public feedback, making it easier to gather public opinion, concern, and even suggestion in Tobago. This two-way communication improves service delivery and helps the teacher make more informed and community-centered decisions in Tobago. Lastly, Mr. Presiding Officer, a social media unit would promote online safety and awareness by creating a structured system to monitor risk, educate youths, and promote responsible online behavior. For example, units could run workshops on cyberbullying prevention, fraud awareness, and digital literacy, helping young people navigate social media more safely. This would result in a reduction of online exploitation and empower youths to use social media more positively in Tobago. Thank you, Mr. President. Members, please be reminded to give other members your undivided attention during their presentation. Thank you. Member for Signal Hill Patience Hill, you may now join the debate.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Good morning, Mr. Presiding Officer and my fellow assemblymen. An extended good morning to those in the gallery and online viewers. I wish you all a happy Tobago Day. I am Assemblyman Waldrop and I represent the district of Signal Hill Patience Hill. Today, I rise in full support of this motion, speaking on the effects of social media units in all divisions and state-owned companies. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave at Standing Order 42.6 to read the extracts of my presentation.
Leave is granted.
Social media refers to online platforms and applications that enable people to create, share, and exchange content such as text, images, videos, and other forms of media. It's a space where individuals communicate and organizations can interact and build relationships in real time. Social media is used negatively and positively. There are several countries that have launched youth education programs focused on social media literacy. In South Korea, a digital literacy program known as Korea Communication Commission, KCC, was established in 2008 through public sector and government agencies. This program's key functions include protecting consumers, preventing the spread of illegal online content, promoting fair competition, and developing new services and technologies. Another prime example is Singapore's National Digital and Media Education Program. The Media Literacy Council, MLC, was established by Singapore's government as a key board responsible for overseeing and implementing media literacy initiatives. And it is working because in places like these, structured initiatives have been developed. There is evidence that suggests that these programs have had positive impacts. With all this said, I am not saying that there are challenges hindering the full effectiveness, because there is. But we as Tobagonians must join together in unity and work on our strengths and weakness, starting with this program. It is very rare to see government initiatives that spans all divisions and state-owned companies. However, our little island of Tobago can take charge and be the first of many to install this program in our system. While programs like these are not common, many nations are starting to recognize the need for comprehensive government support initiatives. With this program enforced, it becomes easier to monitor and guide the use of social media within the development of youths. Job opportunities are also created, and youths will be educated on both negative and positive of social media. This Tobago House of Assembly has a duty to safeguard youths, promote digital responsibility, and strengthen community resilience. With this program, that duty will be fulfilled. Our older folks refers to youths as bedbugs, spending all day inside, laying with a computer screen in front of us, with no social experience. But you can't blame it all on the youths, because if parents were raising their children in both physical and virtual worlds, it wouldn't be a problem. But that ends here today. Youths find themselves engaged in some of the weirdest things on social media. Knowing how to use TikTok, WhatsApp, and Instagram, but can't even do something like sending a simple email to their class teacher. Up the entire night, scrolling, watching ridiculous videos. Can't even wake up to prepare for school. This is because of the lack of knowledge of social media. Parents being in shock when they hear or see their child participating in some of these ridiculous trends. But if programs like this were put in place in the beginning, you would have been able to monitor the whereabouts of your child's social media, allowing you to be ahead, allowing you to see what they are finding entertaining and how long they are spending on social media, giving you an upper hand on how to deal with these situations before it gets out of hand. A lot of parents allow their child to spend hours on social media doing nothing productive. And when things escalate, they are blaming everyone but themselves. When training starts at home with you, the parents. But as a youth myself, I say we come together and motivate our peers to do better and channel all that time we spend on social media platforms into something positive and get ourselves involved in youth development programs or even instill that time into our schoolwork. As parents, do you have access to your child's social
Member,
media?
your time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I beg to move that 2 minutes of additional speaking time be given to the member to complete their presentation, please.
Honorable members, the question put is that an additional 2 minutes of speaking time be given to the member to complete her presentation. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against say no? The ayes have it. Member, you may continue. You have 2 minutes of additional speaking time.
Do you have parental control over your child's devices? I am sure most of the answer is no. Even though there are age limits on some of these platforms, you would find a way to overthrow the system. This program will create a software that will be mandatory to ensure youths don't fall off track. All these problems we face today will soon come to an end because when we enforce this program in all departments and state-owned companies, all the stress and worries will become no more. Plenty of people suffering to obtain jobs at this present moment, but you don't want me to create this program. This program opens job opportunities for you. And not only that, it also puts you in a position to support, encourage, and empower youth at the same time, killing two birds with one stone, molding a sustainable tomorrow for our future generations. I thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Member for Mount St. George Goodwood, you may now join the debate.
Good morning, Mr. Presiding Officer, members of this gallery, and to the online viewers. I seek leave at Standing Order 42 to read extracts of my... I seek leave at Standing Order 42.6 to read extracts of my presentation.
Leave is granted.
I rise on the minority side to make opposition clear. We are against this motion. We are here to debate whether the Tobago House of Assembly should establish a social media unit. And while it sounds good, almost like a nice idea someone came up with after drinking a cold solo, minority must respectfully reject this motion. The motion talks about social media like it's single-handedly destroying youths and breaking up families. But that is not the full or fair reality. Social media itself isn't the danger. It's how people choose to use it. And every day in Tobago, young people are using it for good, to learn, to earn, to promote culture, and to express themselves. We cannot pretend that all of that doesn't exist. The majority acting like making laws and units is the same as making a sweetbread. Just add a little flour, add a little sugar mixed up in your office and hope everything will come out nice. But the government is not a bakery, and Tobago people are not here for half-baked ideas. So when the majority comes today acting like Tobago is some wild west of social media lawlessness, I have to ask, is this a debate or is this a bedtime story? Because the narrative sounded nice, but it not matching reality. Creating a social media unit in every single division, completely unnecessary. We already have teachers, counselors, ICT professionals, and youth officers handling digital issues. Instead of adding more officers and more red tape, why not strengthen what we already have? Bigger government does not automatically mean better results. And let's be honest, we know these things. We know how these things go. You start off saying it's to guide young people, not next thing you know, somebody monitoring who posts what, when, and why. That does not empower youth. That stresses them out. Young people need support, trust, education, not another agency peeping over their shoulder like a strict auntie. If we truly want protection, if we truly want to protect young people, education will take us further than regulation. Teaching digital responsibility, online safety, and critical thinking is how you make them safe, not by building another expensive office with a fancy name. So for these reasons, the minority proudly stands against this motion. Honorable members, the minority wants actions, not decoration. We want enforcement, not excuses. We want real protection, not a fancy office with a nice name. For these reasons, Honorable Presiding Officer, I stand proudly and firmly to reject this motion. I thank you.
Member for Better and New Grange, you may now join the debate.
Before I begin, I would like to seek leave on Standing Order 42.6 to read extracts from my presentation.
Leave is granted. Please continue.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, for giving me this moment to lend my voice in today's debate and to speak before you, honorable educators, the minority, and valued audience. Before I begin, I want to take you on a short journey. I want you to imagine, really imagine, a room filled with ideas, voices, and possibilities. Really imagine. Because if you didn't know, that room is here. And today, we aren't just debating, we're seeking truth. Today, I stand proudly in support of this motion because what we are really fighting for is our youth, our culture, our safety, and our future. Let me say this up front. Tobago, real sweet. You know it and I know it. The culture, the food, the talent, the vibes. But if we don't act now, that sweetness could fade. We need our youth to be the flavor in the pot, the ones who carry our identity and keep this island alive. And in 2025, the only way we can do that properly is through social media, virtual communities, and digital education. Because let's be real, what can putting up posters and telling a neighbor really do? Exactly nothing. Meanwhile, a school fight gets thousands of views within hours. So imagine what can positive content do if we push it with that same energy. This is exactly why Tobago needs strong, structured online communities. But to make that happen, we should put the following programs in place. For example, every THA division must have a social media unit to bring social awareness. Just one post study can keep the public updated, improve transparency, report issues faster, and show progress on government projects. Because I am a teenager and I can admit I have no idea what's going on. And trust me, there are many out there who don't. Because I'm not waiting until 7 o'clock to watch no news. Because come on, we have school, we have lives. This is why we, the majority, will meet our youth where they are. Trust me, a little goes a long way. And this small step could change everything. But there's another side to this conversation, a darker side, cyberbullying. One of our biggest negative aspects of social media today is how freely people, especially teenagers, are bullied online. And you know what's crazy? Most of our young people don't know that cyberbullying is a crime. It is a criminal
offense. Under the offenses against the Person Act, repeated online harassment, threats, and harmful messages are illegal. The TTPS Cybercrime Unit has officially warned citizens that online bullying and harassment can lead to prosecution under this law. So for everyone who feels social media is just a big joke, it's not. People suffer mentally because of online abuse every single day. And sometimes mental assault hurts even more than physical assault. According to the SFL, the Silver Lining Foundation 2016 survey, 651 secondary students across 20 schools within Trinidad and Tobago found that approximately 37% of students online faced cyberbullying attacks. They were imitated online, rumors were spreading, and they were humiliated. This is a visual aid for the hearing impaired members of the minority. This is exactly why we must educate our teachers, parents, guidance counselor, and our youth about these laws and the right way to treat people online. And we need to add weekly counseling to our school timetables because we need to make sure the minds of our youths are in check. And we need to ensure full confidentiality so our students can feel comfortable to come into our counselors. We, the majority, will create a safe place for students in each school system, where persons who are afraid to speak out can leave anonymous reports of situations and voice their feelings in a safety box or website to ensure to be discussed in focus groups. Which brings me to the next point. We need to add social media
Member, your time has expired.
Speaking time to be granted to the member to complete their presentation.
Honorable members, the question put is that an additional 2 minutes of speaking time be granted to the member to continue her presentation. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against say no? The ayes have it. Member, you may continue. You have 2 minutes of additional speaking time.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Back to my next point. I stress, we need to add social media education to our school curriculum. Yes, we have AI now, and some may argue students use their brains less. While that is very true, this is exactly why we need to teach youths how to use technology wisely and not foolishly. We can also introduce, with the help of tutor, a training program for teachers so they themselves can properly be educated about social media. Yes, it have IT classes, but what we learn is basic copy and paste, typing, and simple procedures. We want to learn more than copy and paste. The world of work is changing fast with AI, and very soon, many of our jobs will be fully online. So why isn't the school system teaching us these real skills now? Honestly, it's because many of our teachers aren't fully trained in these areas either. And this is why, with the help of tutor, a training program is important to help teachers learn, grow, and gain knowledge that they need to know to pass it on to the students to help us in our digital future. Some may argue that's not a teacher's job. Well, times have changed. The world is digital, the children are digital, so the education system must, I stress, must become digital too. And for those who say we don't have the funds and that we just throwing money at it, guess what? We can start small, because Ender like to say, Bago is community, well, we bring out the community now. This motion is not just about social media. It is about culture, safety, education, youth empowerment, and sweet Tobago's future. We are not trying to run from the digital world. We are trying to make it a better place for our youth. So, ladies and gentlemen...
Member, your time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Member for Plymouth Blackrock, you may now join the debate.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, members of this Youth Assembly, for granting me the opportunity to participate in this debate. Firstly, I'd like to extend a happy Tobago Day to all our viewers, both online and in person. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave at Standing Order 426 to read extracts of my presentation.
Leave is granted. Please continue.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Honorable Presiding Officer, esteemed members of this House, distinguished guests, and my fellow students, good morning. Today, I rise on behalf of the minority to firmly oppose the establishment of a social media unit in all division and state-owned companies of the Tobago House of Assembly. While the majority may argue that this initiative will strengthen the digital responsibility and protect our youths, I stand here to show that this proposal, though appealing at first glance, actually brings more harm than good. Honorable members, establishing a social media unit across every division requires staffing, training, digital equipment, monitoring tools, and ongoing maintenance. This is not a small project. It is a massive administrative expansion. As a small island community, our limited financial resources must be prioritized carefully. We are still recovering socially and economically from larger national challenges. Our educational system needs technological upgrades. Our health sector requires more support, and our young people need safe spaces, job opportunities, and mental health services. Yet, instead of investing directly in these urgent needs, the majority wants us to support the creation of more government office, more salaries, more operational costs, all for something that many divisions already handle in a simpler and more effective way. We cannot afford unnecessary bureaucracy disguised as innovation. Honorable Presiding Officer, almost every government division already employs a communication or public relations officer. These individuals are trained to manage outreach, digital communications, and public messaging. If the Tobago House of Assembly believes that social media literacy or digital safety needs to be improved, then the solution is to strengthen the systems we already have, not create a new one. Instead of spending money to create an entirely new social media unit, we should provide digital safety workshops for current staff, improve guidelines for online communications, expand youth educational programs on cyberbullying and fraud. We don't need more structures. We need stronger support for the ones we already have. Honorable members, one of the most troubling concerns about this proposal is the potential for government overreach. A central social media unit controlling and monitoring online communications across all divisions could unintentionally lead to censorship of dissenting views, political biased messaging, reduced transparency, and a chilling effect on youth freedom of expression. Young people use social media to express themselves, share opinions, and raise awareness about the issues that matter to them. If an official government unit begins monitoring or regulating the space, even with good intentions, it can create a sense of fear, limitation, and control. Our goal should be to empower the youth, not create a digital atmosphere where they feel watched or discouraged from speaking openly. Honorable Presiding Officer and members of this noble House, the minority is not against youth safety. We are not against digital responsibility. We are not against progress. What we are against is the wasting of public funds, the duplication of already existing structures, and risking government interference in the online world of young people. True empowerment comes from education, awareness, and strengthening families and communities, not from creating a new government unit that adds cost, complexity, and control. For these reasons, I proudly oppose this motion. Thank you.
Member for Bethesda Likoto, you may now join the debate.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, for granting me the profound opportunity to join this debate. Honorable Presiding Officer, members on the opposite, my fellow colleagues, spectators in the gallery, and viewers online, a pleasant good morning and a happy Tobago Day. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave at Standing Order 426 to read extracts from my presentation.
Leave is granted. Please continue.
Mr. Presiding Officer, members of this House, we, the young people of Tobago, stand here today caught between two worlds. The Tobago we inherit, and the Tobago the internet is shaping for us. And let me talk plain. Plenty of us living more inside our phones than in the very islands our grandparents fought to preserve. But that digital world we living in is like stepping into a country with no laws, a community with no boundaries, and a village raising children with no elders present. So I ask this house, with all seriousness, how can we prepare youths for the future when the world they spend most of their time in has absolutely no protection? There was a time not too long ago when culture lived in our skin. When you wake up to your grandmother singing, morning neighbor, morning, morning neighbor, morning, or you hear neighbor bust out, I have some clothes to wash. And you didn't have to search for Tobago's identity. It was all around you. Parents didn't have to teach culture. The whole community did. But now, the village raising us is TikTok. And the new quote-unquote elders are influencers. The new folklore is whatever going viral. And you know what's worse? Many of our youths could do every TikTok dance, but can't sing 2 lines of more tempo. They speak in fluent American slang, but shame to talk their own dialect. They rather say 6, 7, or than stop your bow, Mr. Fiddler. Who would teach them that? Not we. It's the algorithm deciding who they should be. UNICEF tells us that Caribbean teens spend 6 to 8 hours online daily, more than they spend speaking to family or interacting with their culture. So if culture is learned through observation, what happens when the world they're observing isn't Plymouth, Castara, or Mount St. George, but a global digital space that does not even know where Tobago is on a map? What happens when Tobago is defined online by outsiders, stereotypes, or misinformation because we have no official body correcting it? And tell me, members of this house, if we do not define Tobago online, who will define it for us? And will we even recognize the version they create? But we have seen crystal clear what happens when Tobago uses social media right. Look at Clavia Simpson. When she performed her winning rendition of Sweet Tobago for the 2024 Heritage Personality, and it hit social media, the world stopped and watched. People from across islands and continents commented, "This place is magical. This is real culture." That performance did what no policy ever did. It made Tobago culture go viral. That is the power we are wasting by not having the right support. So imagine the possibilities if we actually had a Tobago social media department dedicated to uplifting our culture instead of letting it drown under foreign trends. This department is not about controlling youths, it is about empowering us, guiding us, and protecting us. It would monitor harmful content, push educational campaigns, teach digital literacy in schools, help parents understand online risk, and most importantly, create and amplify Tobago's cultural content, so powerful that, as TikTok would say, it would eat and leave no crumbs. Imagine folk songs reimagined for TikToks, short films of our legends, clips of goat race, speech band calypso, not hiding but trending. Imagine an online Tobago that finally looks like the real Tobago. We have policies for roads, for tourism, for safety, for schools, but nothing for the digital world where our youth spend most of their waking hours. Why now? Why not? Because, as the young people would say, let we be for real. If we do not act now, we'll wake up one day and realize the Tobago culture did not die, it was quietly replaced. Cyberbullying is rising, online exploitation rising, identity loss is rising. Trinidad and Tobago's cybercrime bill does not address cyberbullying. Caribbean reports show 1 in 3 youths experience online harassment and 1 in 5 skip school because of it. But still, there is no dedicated protection for Tobago youth online. So again, I ask this house, how long are we going to...
Member, your time has expired.
speaking time be granted to the member to complete their presentation.
Honorable members, the question put is that an additional 2 minutes of speaking time be given to the member to complete her presentation. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against say no? The ayes have it. Member, you may continue. You have 2 minutes of additional speaking time.
Thank you. How long are we going to wait before we admit that culture cannot survive in a world we refuse to guide? This motion is not about fear or wasting resources. It is about the future. Not about restrictions, but responsibility. Not about taking away phones or chaining the youth to the phone as said by a member of the opposite. It is about giving back identity. Members of this house, let us choose to protect the Tobago inside our people, not just the Tobago on the map. Let us choose a future where the digital world does not erase who we are, but amplifies it. Let us support this motion, not just for the culture we inherited, but for the one we would like to pass on. I thank you.
Member for Bonaccord Crown Point, you may now join the debate.
Extended to the presiding officer, fellow assemblymen, members of the media, and specially invited guests. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave as Standing Order 42.6 to read extracts from my presentation, please.
Leave is granted. Please continue.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I want us all to take a moment to remember back in 2020 when COVID-19 hit us drastically. What was the tool that we used to continue to communicate and involve this island of Tobago? Social media. Social media is a tool, and we have to use the tool instead of allowing the tool to use us. The wrong use of social media can lead to cyberbullying, violence, scams, threats, and sadly, even suicide. According to the Computer Misuse Act Law of Trinidad and Tobago, hacking accounts, spreading viruses, and taking someone's identity can lead to serious criminal charges and even jail time. So tell me what bell is ringing in on your head to wake up and realize that this needs to be prevented. Why not inform and put policies in place to prevent this from damaging our future generations? We want to see our youth leading, not behind bars. These policies will not only protect our youth from the harmful effects of social media, but increase their knowledge and benefits and how it can be used for their advantage. Now, Mr. Presiding Officer, the minority may wonder, why now? Why now are we only implementing these policies? Because this is Tobago. And what I mean by that is that we are a niche of people. Therefore, the majority researched and analyzed the people of Tobago to create niche policies tailored to them. Now, Mr. Presiding Officer, allow me to educate the minority. Students, pay attention. Class is in session. Chapter 1. A social media app has entered the chat. One that mainly targets the youth of Tobago and is geared towards promoting positive influencing. That is Chair Cloud. The Pew Research Center recently stated on the 22nd of April, 2025, you hear that date? 2025, that 48% of teenagers agree that the social media platforms has formed negative influences on their lives. That is why we, the majority, is zealous to create a safe space where youths can support each other, stay connected, and most importantly, feel confident instead of feeling judged or belittled. Chair Cloud would expose them to daily motivational, educational, and encouraging content from influential leaders of this country. Positive social media influencers, as well as student influencers, just like themselves. But of course, we can't take out the entertainment. This will also keep the youth engaged through fun challenges, badges, and interactive posts while maintaining a safe and positive environment. Mr. Presiding Officer, allow me to inform you that this social media platform will grow the youth's digital platforms as they will be able to share achievements, celebrate others' achievements, and find new inspiration. Now, clock that. Keeping on track with positivity, no rude or explicit comments will be allowed. And how are we going to achieve this? Simple. By using AI-assisted content filters to detect offensive posts while maintaining our youth's privacy. The majority is confident that with this idea a part of our social media unit, we will be creating a culture where cyberbullying and online harassment is less likely to thrive. This app is built for the youths by people who care about the youths. Chapter 2, we're calling this one Project Peace. Educational and cultural interactive programs can be introduced in schools to encourage students to use social media responsibly and to their benefit. These programs will reinforce positive digital habits and highlight many opportunities social media can provide for learning and personal growth. They will also guide students towards credible sources and websites that support safe and informed online engagement. As part of Project Peace, students will be educated about the laws of Trinidad and Tobago related to social media and technology, including the Data Protection Act, the Computer Misuse Act, the Children Act, and libel and defamation laws.
Member, your time has expired.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I beg to move that 2 minutes of additional speaking time to be granted to this member to complete her presentation.
Honorable members, the question put is that an additional 2 minutes of speaking time be granted to the member to complete her presentation. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against say no? The ayes have it. Member, you may continue. You have 2 minutes of additional speaking time.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. The program would also address long-term consequences of inappropriate or harmful online behavior with testimonies, giving students a realistic understanding of the effects their actions may have on their future. Additionally, professional support such as school psychiatrists can be included to work with students who have engaged in wrong social media usage, recognizing that this behavior often stems from personal challenges. Mr. Presiding Officer, I proudly stand here today. I make it abundantly clear that this is not just about social media. This is about safeguarding the future of Tobago. Our youth deserve a digital environment that uplifts them, protects them, and positions them, and leads them to this island, and will position them to lead this island with pride and purpose. We have presented real solutions, not just old talk, not just theory, but practical and proactive policies. We refuse to sit back and allow cyberbullying, scams, or negativity to deter our young people from greatness. Tobago youths must not become victims of technology, but champions of innovation. With these policies, we are shaping a Tobago where every young person can click, post, share, learn, and grow safely, wisely, and confidently. And before I leave, Mr. Presiding Officer, let me inform the minority. They all speak about wasting financial resources, but when you are determined to make Tobago the greatest little island on Tobago, price does not have an option. Price will not make us stop making this island of Tobago powerful. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Member for Roxville Argyle, you may now join the debate.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I thank you for allowing me this opportunity to contribute to this debate. Mr. Presiding Officer, members of this Youth Assembly, viewers in the gallery, members of the public, and those following online, I bid you a good morning and a happy Tobago Day. Mr. Presiding Officer, I seek leave at Standing Order 426 to read extracts of my presentation.
Leave is granted. Please continue.
Mr. Presiding Officer, While it is undeniable that social media shapes communication and exposes young people to risks, creating a social media unit across every division and state-owned company of the Tobago House of Assembly is neither the most effective, efficient, nor the most practical response. Mr. Presiding Officer, the TTPS already operates cybercrime and public safety units with the authority to investigate online offenses, while the Parliament has debated multiple bills addressing digital security, data protection, and electronic transactions. Mr. Presiding Officer, duplicating these functions within every THA division may lead to an overlap and unnecessary expenditure. Instead of expanding government structures, we should focus on strengthening the existing digital literacy initiatives in schools, improving parental education, and reinforcing coordination with national cybersecurity authorities. Mr. Presiding Officer, the challenges of social media are real, but the proposed solution is ineffective and creates more administrative complexity without guaranteeing greater safety. To the majority, y'all may have the quantity, but y'all lack the quality. Mr. Presiding Officer, the motion assumes that social media is primarily the source of danger, when in reality, young people across the entirety of Tobago have used these platforms to build businesses, engage in cultural expression, and form supportive online communities. Mr. Presiding Officer, the THA already acknowledges youth empowerment as a central priority, and several divisions operate programs that teach responsible online behavior. However, establishing a social media unit in every division would risk shifting the focus from youth creativity to youth surveillance, potentially discouraging innovating and self-expression. Mr. Presiding Officer, instead of expanding administrative oversight, the Assembly should prioritize evidence-based community programs, partnerships with our society, and targeted initiatives through divisions already responsible for youth development. The majority is just loud and wrong. Community groups, schools, and other organizations have been proven effective in promoting digital responsibility without having additional layers of government monitoring. Mr. Presiding Officer, if the goal is to strengthen families and communities, then supporting the local initiatives and not creating new overlapping structures is the more balanced approach. In conclusion, while the intention to reduce social crime and promote online safety is commendable, the proposed motion lacks clarity regarding funding, staffing, authority, and measurable outcomes. Without a clear operational framework, the social media unit could become another under-resourced office with overlapping duties and limited impact, especially with national resources such as the TTBS Cybercrime Unit, the Ministry of Digital Transformation, and the existing THA community programs that already cover many of these same concerns. Mr. Presiding Officer, rather than a new unit in every government branch, the Assembly should advocate for stronger collaboration with national agencies, better training for educators, community-led digital literacy workshops, and strategic investment in youth empowerment technologies. We believe that safeguarding young people does not require expanding with additional structures, but refining the tools we already have. Mr. Presiding Officer, I thank you.
Honorable Chief Secretary, you may now wrap up the debate.
Mr. Presiding Officer, as I wrap up this debate, what we're asking for today, nothing extra, nothing unreasonable. We're asking for basic safety in a digital space we're living in 24/7. This motion not about controlling youths, it's about supporting young people. We can't keep pretending social media harmless when it's tearing down students silently. We can't keep acting like online danger not that serious when people real life getting mashed up because of what happened on a screen. The minority might talk, yes, but a proper social... But talk don't change reality. A proper social media unit does. This unit will protect the youths, guide the public, reduce online conflict, help state companies communicate responsibly, and open doors for positive cultural expressions. Tobago small, yes, but we're not backwards. We plugged in, we modern. So our systems need to match the world we're living in. If we're serious about youth development, serious about safety, and serious about moving Tobago forward, then this motion is the only responsible choice. So once again, I stand proudly to support the establishment of a social media unit because at the end of the day, protecting the youth is protecting Tobago's future. I thank you.
Honorable members, the question put is, whereas social media shapes youth communication, culture, and interaction, offering opportunities but also risks such as cyberbullying, fraud, and other social crimes, and whereas these social crimes and negative influences undermine family life, community stability, and youth development, and whereas the Tobago House of Assembly has a duty to safeguard young people, promote digital responsibility, and strengthen community resilience. Be it resolved that this Assembly establishes a social media unit in all divisions and state-owned companies. Be it further resolved that the Assembly develop policies and programs to promote online safety, reduce social crime, and harness social media for cultural development and youth empowerment. All in favor of this motion say aye. Aye. Any against say no? No. Members, a division will now be required. You are asked to vote yes or no. Member for Bethesda Lescatu.
Aye.
Please sit. Yes or no? You are asked to vote yes or no.
Yes.
Member for Palsville and Sumi Speyside.
Yes.
Member for Belgarden Glamorgan. Yes. Councillor Simmons. Yes. Member for Bonacrod Kong Point. Yes, Mr. President. Member for Mason Mariah.
Yes.
Member for Scarborough Mongrace.
Yes.
Member for Signal Hill Patience Hill.
Yes.
Member for Better New Grange.
Yes.
Member for Lambo Lowlands.
Yes.
Councillor Stewart.
Yes.
Councillor Watson.
Yes.
Member for Mount St. George Goodwood.
No.
Member for Boku Mount Pleasant.
No.
Councillor Whiteman.
No.
Member for Bagatelle.
No.
Member for Roxbury.
No, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Member for Dallas Wim.
A wholehearted and resounding no.
Member for Plymouth Blackrock.
No.
Let's have it.
12 yes, 7 noes. The ayes have it. Motion carried. Motion for adjournment. Leader of Assembly Business.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I beg to move that this House stands adjourned to a date to be fixed.
Members, the question is that the House now stands adjourned to a date to be fixed. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against say no? The ayes have it. This House now stands adjourned for a date to be fixed. Please stand as I take my departure.
Madam Presiding Officer, Ms. Abby Taylor. Please be seated. Madam Presiding Officer, Ms. Abby Taylor, Senator Melanie Roberts Ragman, Clerk of the Assembly, Mr. Lincoln Nelson, specially invited guests, members of the media, debaters around the horseshoe, good morning. I am Jada Abraham, and it is my honor to serve as your Master of Ceremonies for the 2025 Tobago Day Youth Closing Ceremony. Tobago Day is just not another day on the calendar. Today is Tobago Day, a day that invites us to pause and truly reflect on who we are as Tobagonians. It is a day washed in the colors of our pride, our achievements, acknowledgements on our challenges, and reminds us of our right and responsibility to shape the future we dream of. This year's theme, One Tobago, One People, One Destiny, stands at the center of everything we do. It speaks of our unity, our shared heritage, our deep connection to this island that raised us. It reminds us that no matter our age or background, we walk forward together with one heartbeat, one purpose, and one destiny. Today, our young debaters showed us exactly what that unity looks like. They stepped boldly into a rising issue that touched every family, every school, and every corner of each community. They highlighted the growing impact of social media on our lives, especially the dangers to come with it, such as cyberbullying and online crime. Yet, they also recognize the powerful benefits social media offers. It brings families together across continents, create new opportunities for young entrepreneurs, strengthen friendships, spread positive messages, and allow education to reach students in ways we only once imagined. As we move deeper into the digital age, where the world can transform in the blink of an eye, our young people reminded us that this conversation is urgent. I will admit that even I myself struggle to access some online platforms. But here we are, streaming live to our online audience. Hello to everyone joining us virtually. Your presence fills this room with even more warmth and connection. This digital age demands the same level of safety and care as we expect in our streets and communities. Our youth understood that this debate isn't a competition. This is about awareness and responsibility. This is about taking a brave step towards our awareness. Their voices echoed the heart of the Tobago Day theme. If we truly are one Tobago and one people, then we must protect one another both offline and online. We must guide both our young minds, empower them with knowledge, and build their digital world that reflects the love, unity, and strength of our culture. Today, these young debaters did more than argue a motion. They carried the torch of Tobago's future, their passion, their honesty, and their courage, reminding us that our destiny is not something we can wait for, it is something we create together. Thank you, and we may continue to move forward as one Tobago, one family, and one destiny. At this time, please permit me to first call on Mr. Lincoln Nelson, the Clerk of the Assembly, to bring opening remarks.
Madam Presiding Officer, Ms. Abby Taylor, Senator Melanie Roberts Rajman, special invited guests, Ms. Zorisha Hackett, Secretary for Education, Research and Technology, members of the media, debaters around the horseshoe, good morning. It is my pleasure to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to the Assembly Legislative Chamber on the occasion of the Tobago Day Youth Debate as part of the Tobago Day Celebrations 2025. Today, a stirring discussion was held on a matter that strikes at the heart of modern youth culture: the role of social media in shaping how young people communicate, connect, and understand the world, and the inherent risks of cyberbullying, fraud, and other social crimes, with urgent question of whether we, as a society, are doing enough to safeguard them while promoting responsible digital citizenship. The first language many young people learn in our world today is not only spoken, but typed, posted, shared, and streamed. Social media has become the new public square, dynamic, creative, and empowering. It gives young people platforms to express themselves, mobilize around causes, and engage in global conversations with unprecedented ease. Yet, alongside these opportunities come challenges that cannot be ignored: misinformation that spreads faster than truth, online harassment that follows young people into their homes, addictive design features that shape behavior, and shifting norms that often prioritize visibility over authenticity. Today's debate allowed us to ask these important questions. How is social media influencing the communication culture of our youth, positively and negatively? What responsibilities do platforms, governments, schools, and families hold in creating safer digital environments? And most importantly, how do we empower young people not only to navigate the digital world safely, but to shape it responsibly? As we consider and recognize the need for local agencies to step forward, whether through policy, education, or technological safeguards, we are reminded that protecting young people online is not about restrictions alone, but about equipping them with skills, awareness, and resilience to thrive. Debaters, be encouraged that your arguments have been presented with clarity, evidence, and respect for the diversity of experiences represented in this room. It is anticipated that this debate not only deepened our understanding, but also inspired meaningful actions towards building a healthier, more ethical digital culture, thereby promoting online safety and reducing social crimes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lincoln Nelson, for those warm remarks. As we further progress, I would like to invite and warmly welcome Mr. Delano Jofield, the top national youth debater for 2025, to bring some warm remarks. Let's now invite Keanu Denon, a program facilitator for the YES program at the Division of Community Development, Youth Development, and Sports, to share remarks. Keanu Denon.
I think it's morning still. So good morning, everyone. Let's try this again. Good morning, everyone. Permit me to recognize Presiding Officer Ms. Abby Taylor, Clerk of the Assembly Mr. Lincoln Nelson, Senator Melanie Rajman, Secretary of Education Ms. Zorisha Mina Hackett, youth debaters. Give yourselves a round of applause this morning. I know it's not an easy task sitting around this horseshoe when all the eyes are on you. I saw some of you did amazingly well. Give yourselves another round of applause. We live in a world where a swipe, a click, and a double tap can change how we feel, how we think, and even how we see ourselves. Social media is no longer something we go on. It's a place we live in, sometimes more than the world around us. For many of us, the first thing we touch in the morning is not our Bibles, it's not even water, it's our phone. The last thing we look at before we go to bed is not the ceiling, it's not even the people next to us, but our screens. And in between, we spend hours scrolling, liking, posting, comparing, creating, and sometimes even pretending. And that's the digital era we live in, an era filled with tremendous opportunity, but also real danger. We heard today in this house that social media can inspire us, educate us, help us build businesses, promote our culture, and make our voices global. Young people in Tobago can reach the entire world with one post. But we also heard the truth that is harder to face. Social media can isolate us, make us feel alone even in a crowd. It can distort our mental health, pressure us into unrealistic standards, and expose us to cyberbullying, scams, and negativity. It can create a world where we know what strangers had for breakfast, but don't even know the name of the person sitting next to us. And that is the harsh reality we face today. As young people debating here today, you proved that this conversation is not too big for us. You showed that we understand that growing up in an era of social media, we need better protection. We want safer platforms. We want guidance, empowerment. We want to be creators of the future and not casualties of this online world. And let me remind every young person here this morning, social media is very powerful, but so are you. You don't need to chase likes to be valued. You don't need validation to be worthy. You don't need filters to be enough. Your greatest influence will always come from who you are offline. Your mind, your heart, your talent, and your character. So as we close this debate, I want to speak directly to you, the young people. There's greatness inside of you that no algorithm can measure. There's purpose in you that no comment section can silence. And there's a future waiting for you that no trending topic can distract you from. I beg you, do not lose yourself in a world designed to keep you scrolling. Find yourself in a world waiting for you to start leading. Spend a little more time looking into the eyes of the people who love you and less refreshing the pages on your phones. Spend more time building your dreams and less time comparing them to someone else's. And when life gets heavy, because it will, remember this. You are more than the likes that you get, more than the mistakes you have made, more than the battles that you fight silently. You are enough exactly as you are. Tobago needs you. Your community needs you. And this generation needs you. Not the digital version of you, the strong you, the resilient you, and the brilliant you. So let us rise together as the first generation to prove that even in a world of screens, our humanity, our kindness, our creativity, our leadership will always shine brighter than our screens. Young people of Tobago, own your power, protect your peace, and step boldly into your purpose. And together, we will make this the greatest little island on the planet. I thank you.
Thank you once again, Mr. Dinoon, for your informative remarks. As we further progress, I would like to extend a warm welcome to Delano Joefield, the top national youth debater for 2025, to bring some warm remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. You may be small, but you can do it all. These words delivered to the entire school population back in 2015 by a young man with big dreams, dreams that step by step, year by year, are slowly becoming reality. That young man is me. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Delano Drewfield, and it is an honor to stand before you today as a former youth debater and presiding officer of this assembly, and also the first place debater for the 22nd National Youth Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Today I stand before you as someone who once sat exactly where you are. Someone who once felt the butterflies, had the same nerves, and the same sense of possibility. And it fills me with genuine pride to see each of you take this bold step. And I encourage you in this Tobago Day debate today. Because let me tell you something. This stage is not for the faint of heart. It belongs to thinkers, to leaders, to young people who refuse to stay silent. And today, you proved that you belong here. So give yourselves a round of applause, or in your case, a thump on the desk. I want to applaud every debater who stepped forward today. You made a choice, an important one. You chose to show Tobago, Trinidad, and the world that all young people are not passive bystanders. You are architects of the future. You are voices that matter. You are the next generation of policymakers, innovators, and community leaders. And I want to encourage you, continue where you started today. Don't let this be a one-time moment. Let this be the spark that grows into a flame. Continue being the standard. Continue being examples that other Tobagonians, young and old, will follow. And I want you to listen to me when I say that all the training that you have received for this debate, be it how to research, teamwork, different capacity building workshops, your public speaking, discipline, confidence, it's not just for the chamber. I'm going to repeat that. It is not just for this chamber. It is for you to utilize throughout your everyday lives. Take them into your classrooms, into your homes, onto your social media pages, and into every room that you walk in. The motion today focused on online safety and social media responsibility and reducing cybercrime. It deeply connects with the motion that we debated in the 22nd National Youth Parliament, which dealt with mitigating the cyberbullying and the effects it has on our society. So when I heard your contributions today, I knew that they were not just speeches. They were part of an ongoing national conversation about building a safer digital environment, one where our people, especially our young people, can exist without fear, without intimidation, and without being torn down behind a screen. Your voices today added value. Your ideas added urgency, and your arguments added power. And I want to encourage you, keep talking, keep talking, keep talking. Speak up and speak out. Have your voice heard. Don't stay silent on the issues that affect you and your peers. Don't stay silent in your schools. Don't stay silent in your homes. Don't stay silent in your communities. And the power to make change is already in you. It's in your voice, so use it. Champion the change. Encourage persons to engage in dialogues like yourself. And most importantly, never let anyone make you feel too small to do big things. I want each of you to understand that we are living in a time where our society desperately needs young leaders who are not scared to challenge the norms, ask hard questions, and shine light on truth. It was about, even in your debate today, it was about shaping perspectives and preparing you to sit at real tables, tables where decisions are made about you, your communities, your families, and this country's development. So prepare yourselves, build yourselves, and believe in yourselves. Because Tobago needs you, Trinidad and Tobago needs you, and the world is waiting on your contribution. Again, I want to congratulate each and every one of you under the sound of my voice sitting around this horseshoe. Your journey does not end here. In fact, this is where it truly begins. I thank you, and may God continue to bless all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Jofield, for your warm remarks. As we progress, I humbly invite a woman of elegance and class, the one and only, our presiding officer, Miss Abby Taylor, for some wise words.
Good day, everyone. I know we're hungry, but let's do it with a little bit more enthusiasm. Good day, everyone. Let me begin by observing all protocols. Senator Melanie Roberts-Rachman, Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Ms. Zorisha Hackett, and Clerk of the Assembly, Mr. Lincoln Nelson, to our teachers, our parents, our students, and of course, our phenomenal debaters, again, I say good day. Today hits different for me because as I watched you students take this chamber with confidence and purpose, it just only recently dawned on me, like a few minutes ago, this is actually my last debate as presiding officer. So I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for engaging with me. And thank you for allowing me to create spaces like this where you can shine, speak, and dream boldly. What we witnessed here today was not just a debate. It was a reflection of the world our young people are growing up in. A world where one post can make or break you, or change how people see you forever. A world where the lines between real life and online life are blurry. A world where many of our children are navigating pressures we never had to face. And they stood here today and spoke about it with wisdom, with courage, and with clarity. The motion calling for an establishment of a social media unit within the Tobago House of Assembly is more than just administrative housekeeping. It is a response to what is happening right now in our society. Cyberbullying that steals the joy from our children. Misinformation that spreads like wildfire. Online shaming and harassment. Young people battling anxiety and self-esteem issues because the internet never sleeps. Adults tearing down each other in comments while children look on and learn. So when these, our young debaters, made their cases, they weren't just theorizing. They were speaking their truth, living their reality, and offering us a path forward. A social media unit is not just about managing content. It is about protecting our youth, strengthening digital literacy, and ensuring that Tobago's story, our story, is told responsibly, respectably, and truthfully. To our teachers and parents, thank you for raising critical thinkers, leaders, and world changers. To our students, you don't know how much you inspire me. Every single time with these initiatives, I sit and think, wow, this is the Tobago that we have to live in, and I am extremely proud. You are why we must continue to build a Tobago that honors your voice and protects your well-being. To our debaters, my final cohort as presiding officer, you have left an imprint on me. You reminded me why I fought so hard to make the legislature a place of learning, a place of belonging, and a place where young people could walk in and feel like, yeah, this is mine too. And as I close this chapter, know this, you have been my greatest joy in this office. Watching you reason, grow, question, and take up space in these hallowed halls have been an honor, the honor of my career. And though this is my last youth debate in this role, it would never be my last moment cheering for you and advocating for you and believing in you. Woo. So let's continue to engage and educate at every level. This is not a memeable moment. Let us continue to build a Tobago where our young people can feel safe both online and offline. And let us continue to make this the greatest little island on the planet. Thank you.
As we can see, our presentations have set our woman of elegance and class in tears. We are marvelous inside here. I'm telling you all, take note of all of these remarks. They come from a place of wisdom. Thank you once again, Madam Presiding Officer. As we further progress, this is now the section where there is a distribution of certificates. Let's now invite Senator Melanie Roberts Ragman to help with the distribution of tokens. As Senator Melanie makes their way around the horseshoe, I firstly call on member of Bethesda Lescato, Coquise Davidson. I then call member Then, member for Palativere Lansome Speyside, Destiny Weeks. Then, member for Bell Garden, Glamorgan, Kareem Phillips. Then, let's invite the councillor, Kilana Simmons. Thank you, Senator Melanie Rajman. Then, please join me in welcoming our second batch of tokens to Mr. Lincoln Nelson, Clerk of the Assembly. Member for Bonaccord Crown Point, Kishana Joseph. Kaisha Joseph, my apologies. Then, Tamika Jack. Up next, Kalani Thomas, member for Scarborough Mount Grace. Up next, Renisha Waldrop, member for Signal Hill Patience Hill. Thank you, Mr. Lincoln Nelson. Please join me in welcoming our third person to assist with the third batch of certificates, Senator Assemblyman Zurisha Hackett. Secretary, Assemblyman Zurisha Hackett. Up next, member for Bethel New Grange, Sophia Gittins. Up next, member for Lambo Lowlands, Zanaya McCain. Up next, Councillor Prishona Stewart. Up next, Councillor Gabrielle Watson. Thank you, Secretary Assemblyman Zurisha Hackett, for assisting us with the distribution of certificates. We are delighted to invite Delano Joe Field at this time. As he makes his way around the horseshoe, I'd like to invite Amaya Smith, member for Mount St. George Goodwood. I would like more louder rounds of applause for our fellow debaters, please. They did very well. Member for Buku Mount Pleasant, I now invite Alia Smith. Minority Councillor Darian Whiteman. Thank you, Mr. Joe Field. Up next. I may now call Ms. Alia Hola to assist, please. As she makes her way around the horseshoe, I would like to call member for Bagatelle Bacalet, Minority Councillor Delaney Sandy. Member for Roxborough Argyle, LeBron Alexander. Member for Darra Spring Wim, Elijah Grant. Member for Plymouth Blackrock, Terrell Grover. Sorry for the mispronunciation. We must include a few additional persons who may have not spoken around the horseshoe but made a great impact. We must include Dalian Bruce, our Marshal. Serenity Nancis, Deputy Clerk. Clerk Joachim Nancis. And last, but certainly not least, our presiding officer, Zishan Lovelace. On to this segment. Thank you once again, Ms. Alea. On to this segment, I would like to invite Secretary Assemblyman Zurisha Hackett to assist in the distribution of the tokens to facilitators. Ms. Chanel Felix, a subject matter expert on social media and its impact. Edison Thomas, subject matter expert on cybersecurity and safety. Once again, I call Miss Chanel Felix. That's all. Now I reach on to the judges' remarks. It gives me great pleasure to invite Ms. Jesha Digans to give the judges' remarks. Thank you, Ms. Secretary, Assemblyman.
Good afternoon, everyone. No. I know Tobago people have energy and passion, especially our young debaters. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It is indeed my pleasure to be here this afternoon in the capacity of head judge. And please allow me to acknowledge the other judges who worked alongside me this afternoon. So I'd like to acknowledge Ms. Alia Holder, a youth female parliamentarian, youth advocate, and former presiding officer. Can you stand, please, and give a wave, Ms. Alia Holder, as we acknowledge you. I would also like to acknowledge Mr. Delano Jofield. He was the first place best debater at the National Youth Parliament for 2025. He's a youth advocate and he's also a former presiding officer. Let's acknowledge Delano Jofield. And I am Jesha Digans, an attorney at law, a former youth assemblyman, Commonwealth youth parliamentarian. But you know the two hats that I tell people I'm most proud of. Number one, being a Christian. I always encourage people it's important to put God first. But the next hat I'm always proud of wearing is being a Tobagonian. Are you proud of being a Tobagonian? And here's why. Tobagonians embody the 4 H's. We embody hardworkingness. Well, if that is a word, but we are hardworking. We embody heart. Heart means passion. We embody humility. And of course, we embody honesty. And I saw all of those 4 H's portrayed here today by all of you. So give yourselves, youth assemblymen, a round of applause. That's a round of applause you're giving to yourself, youth assemblymen, councillors, presiding officer, give yourself a round of applause. I also want to commend the teachers and the parents in our midst for pushing and propelling you all today. Let's give our teachers and parents a round of applause. And lastly, but certainly not the least, let us give the staff at the Tobago House of the Tobago Assembly Legislature a round of applause for their hard work and dedication to this. Now, the comments I'll give to you before I announce the anticipated results is ICE. Anytime you do public speaking, remember ICE, I-C-E, ICE, intonation. If I say, he real bad boy, and then I say, he real bad boy, and you get 2 different meanings from what I just said? Exactly. When you are public speaking, intonation is important. It's not what you say all the time, but how you say it. And some of you had great intonation, but I guess with the nerves and anxiety, some of you were afraid. But intonation is always important, so that's the I in ICE. C, confidence. If you are not confident in what you are selling or saying, how do you expect people to be confident in what you are saying? You have to first be confident. And once you are confident, then persons will understand and want to tune into what you are saying. And E, evidence. This is a major thing. When you are presenting a debate, it's important that you list your sources. Some of you were excellent with that, while others we were wondering, okay, where did they get this information from? So anytime you are debating, it's important to list your sources. So what's the acronym again? Very good. And I hope that you take that with you. Now it's time for the results. Are you all excited? Can we get a drum roll, please? It was definitely not easy as judges, and some of the marks were extremely close. Actually, third place by 1 point. 1 point. So there was a 1 point difference between second and third. So in third place, we have the member for Darrell Springwim, Elisha Grant. Let's continue to applaud him as he makes his way to his seat. In second place, from Bethesda Laketo, Corkis Davidson. And by the way, just for your information, Elisha got 308 points, Corkis got 309 points. Corquis, my apologies, Corquis. And our winner with 311 points from Bonaccord Crumb Point, Kaisha Joseph. And I'm seeing the tears of joy. Let's commend our first place winner. Continue to encourage her. We thank you so much. And while all of you did well, we just had some honorable mentions of persons who were also excellent. And don't feel discouraged. All of you are winners. Give yourself a tap on the table. All of you are winners. So we give honorable mention to Mr. LeBron Alexander, member for Roxborough Argyle. Honorable mention to Ms. Zanaya McCain, member for Lamboland. Honorable mention to Mr. Delani Sandy. My apologies, Delani Sandy, member for Bacalet. Honorable mention to Mr. Mika Jack, member for Mason Hall. Honorable mention to Ms. Renisha Waldrop, member for Senator Patronsville. And honorable mention to Ms. Sophia Gittins, member for Bethany. So again, congratulations to each of you. You did well and you put on a wonderful showing for Tobago. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. J. Shadigans. As I stand in this magnificent chamber, framed by 2 centuries of Tobago's history, I cannot help but look back at this journey that unfolded here today. I watched our debaters take their seats in the same place where leaders, dreamers, and change makers once stood, and a wave of memory washed over me. I remember sitting where they sat, hands trembling, thoughts racing, heart pounding, and both fear and hope. Seeing them rise to this occasion filled this old, echoing room with new energy, bright as sunlight, as polished mahogany. To witness such a wonderful debate and to host this closing ceremony has been an honor beyond words. Anyone could have been chosen to stand here, but you entrusted me with this moment, and I thank you. Here's a line from Dr. Eric Williams that has followed me through the years. The future of this nation is in the school bags of our children. Today, in this 200-year-old assembly building, that future walked boldly before us. Our young minds faced real challenges with poise and intellect, yet carried dreams even greater than the obstacles placed before them. They reminded us that Tobago's destiny is alive, breathing, and growing in each of them. I must now turn to Madam Presiding Officer, Ms. Abby Tabor. Your belief in these remarkable youths and in me has changed the course of many lives. You saw potential long before we saw it in ourselves. You nurtured it, you challenged it, you shaped it. Your mentorship became a stepping stone that showed us how high we could climb when someone believed in our voice. Your dedication and tireless efforts and your insistence on nurturing youth leadership shine through everything we witness today. You gave our young leaders a glimpse into the responsibilities carried within these historic walls. With deep, heartfelt gratitude, we thank you for standing with us, guiding us, and reminding us that our voices matter. To our Honorary Chief Secretary, Fali Chavez Augustine, even in your absence, your influence is unmistakable. Your leadership carved pathways where none existed, transforming possible climbs into smooth journeys for those who will follow. Your faith in Tobago's young leaders has become a powerful example of what true leadership looks like. You have pushed us to believe in ourselves and to imagine a greater Tobago than we inherited. For the opportunities you created and the hope you cultivated, we thank you. To our members of parliament, members of the THA, and our administrators, your dedication to this island has shaped its history. You continue to serve with compassion, wisdom, and a determination that inspires all who watches. To the Clerk of Assembly, Mr. Lincoln Nelson, and the extraordinary staff of the legislature, thank you for your professionalism and the seamless execution of this debate. You created a space where youth voice not only echoed, but were heard, respected, and valued. Mr. Justin John and Mr. R.J. Allen, where are you? These two individuals must be especially recognized and commended for their commitment, industriousness, and stellar worth ethic. To our remarkable debaters, let me speak to you directly. I know the long nights, the tireless research. I know the nerves that kept you awake. But today you transformed all that effort that turned into brilliance. You spoke with passion, compassion, courage, and purpose. You honored this chamber with your clarity and conviction. Your hard work will never be forgotten. Finally, to everyone who shared this journey with us, whether seated in the public gallery, watching online, guiding as facilitators, or encouraging from the sidelines, thank you. Your presence and support breathed life into this event. You reminded our youths that they are seen, valued, and celebrated. Together, we fill this historic building with hope, ambition, and the vibrant voice of Tobago's future. Together, we craft the moments that will echo long after the doors close today. Thank you, and we may continue to rise as Tobago, one people and one destiny. At this time, I warmly invite our debaters and dignitaries to gather at the center of the horseshoe for a group photo. To our esteemed guests in the public gallery, I welcome you to make your way towards the tea room, where an exquisite dining experience awaits. It has been my honor to serve as your Master of Ceremonies for the 2025 Tobago Day Youth Debate. I am Jada Abraham, and I thank you for sharing this memorable occasion with us.